Today we're going to review how to write decimals in word form, so you'll see some of that on your homework. We're also going to look at writing decimals in expanded form, this time using multiplication. And we're also going to look at writing numbers in something called unit form. So we're going to start with unit form. We'll look at how it approach that, and then we'll look at doing some in this different way of writing expanded form. So if I look at unit form, the first thing that's easiest to do is to just put my number on a place value chart so I can kind of see what's happening. So again, when you have to create a place value chart, don't spend a lot of time making it look beautiful. Just get it down so that you can work with it. So I have a 1 in the tens place and a 3 in the hundreds space. So how many tenths do I have? Well, I have 1/10. How many thousands? Ooh, this should say hundredths. Okay, so how many hundredths do I have? I have 3 hundredths. So when I write unit form, I just state the amount of each unit. So I have 1/10 and 3 hundredths. I could also say, and this is also considered unit form, because technically I do have 13 hundredths. I could also say 13 hundredths for that. Both of those are considered unit form. 1/10, 3 hundredths, or 13 hundredths. So if I look at some examples, again, I can just go through and say what place everything is. I have 2 tenths. I have 7 hundredths. I have 3 thousandths. I can split it all up like that, and I can combine part of it if I want. I could say 27 hundredths, 3 thousandths. Or I could just say 273 thousandths. All of those variations are considered unit form, and they are all correct. It doesn't matter which one you use. You just want to make sure that you have the number, and then you show how many units. So now we're going to look at expanded form using the multiplication. So again, we'll start with our place value chart so we can understand more clearly what's happening. So I have the tens, the ones, my decimal, and then I have tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. So if I put 25 and 413 thousandths on the chart, I want to look at how to stretch that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply each number by the place it's in. So I have 2 in the tenths place. I'm going to start with 2 times 10. Plus, I have a 5 in the ones place. So 5 times 1. Plus 4 in the tenths spot. Now this portion I can do 2 different ways. I'll show you one way and then I'll show you another. So I can say 4 in the tenth spot plus, I have a 1 in the hundredth spot plus 3 in the thousandth spot. Let me show you a different way of doing that, the decimal portion of that. Okay, so I'd start with my 2 in the tenth spot plus my 5 in the 1 spot. I can also write them as a fraction. So I could also do 4 times 1/10 plus 1 times 100th plus 3 times 1,000. And that's totally up to personal preference which one you choose to use. They're both considered expanded form. So we'll look at just one more example. So here I have the 1, and again, I'm in the 10th spot, so 1 times 10 plus 2 times 1 plus 0. When I do expanded form, 0 doesn't have values, so I don't have to write anything for 0. Plus 4 times, and again, I'm in the 100th spot, so I can write it like that. Or I can also write it this way as well. Either way is considered acceptable. Sometimes you'll see it with parentheses. Oh, this should be a plus, to kind of make it a little easier visually.